Good morning and welcome to Bertie's Think Tank, where I think in my car all the way into town every day, and now I'm going to share my think tank ideas with you. Okay, so we all know what a silver lining is. It's finding the positive in the negative, or finding the positive in any outcome that could be viewed as negative. Like what happens? Okay, so I've been toying with the idea of, with strategic selfishness, okay, what you do is you find the golden lining in everything. I looked at golden lining, really hasn't been termed yet. Gold lining has, but not golden lining, okay? So what a golden lining is you find the opportunity out of every tragedy. Not just the positive, the opportunity, but then you have to take hold of that opportunity. And that is what strategic selfishness is. You see exactly what it is for, right? You see it for what it is. But then you see, how can you utilize this to bring you this opportunity? So, for instance, okay, the Mormon church. Let's go with the Mormon church, okay? So, you see it for what it is. It's a religion, you know? It's a place to go. It's a community. But the golden lining is, you guys, from the time you are 3 years old, you are already learning how to speak in front of a group of people. They have this program called Primary. I mean, like, it's an investor's dream. If the Mormon church was up for grabs, or if there was a religious investment group, the Mormons the LDS church is where you would want to put your money, because they have a built-in program for youth and kids to be leaders someday. We're believed to be, we believe we're higher. We're not literally above everybody else, but we believe that because we have the real truth, and I no longer practice, but this is what the Mormons believe. We believe that because we have the whole truth, that because we know better, we just automatically do better. So we're able to lead better. I guess that's what you can kind of say. But so from the age of 3, you learn how to talk in front of a group on a microphone. You're given a part. You have to memorize the line. Some do, some don't. By the time you're 8 years old, you learn to give your testimony in church. So you get up on stage. And this time you're by yourself, and you see everybody in the audience. Now, you don't have to bear your testimony. You don't have to speak in the primary program. But if you choose to look at it like, oh, wow, I'm gaining, and I didn't think this obviously when I was 3, but now looking back, I'm like, my leadership, my training started at the age of 3. Another thing they do in the Mormon church is they cultivate, so we have different groups for ages. So 12 to 14 are the beehives, 14 to 16 are maids, 16 to 18 you're a Laurel. I don't know if that's still how it is, but that's how it was. And you're given an opportunity, whether you're a leader or not, they kind of rotate, to be the president of your class. And then as president of the class, again, this is young. Y'all, we start this at 12 years old. And possibly sooner. I can't really remember. If so, I wasn't opted in as a president of my class until 12 and older. But that's where you plan activities. So we had mutual every Tuesday night. We learned how to come up with our young women's leader, the one dedicated over the beehives, the maids, or the laurels. I mean, it is such a system, a management system. It's incredible. A businessman had to have started the Mormon church, aside from Joseph Smith and that whole revelation. Okay, that supposed revelation. You believe what you want to believe. And if you believe that, that's fine. Doesn't matter. But the Mormon church, so the golden lining in the Mormon church is, it's a religion, but it also is a leadership training academy in every sense of the word. So that's finding the golden lining. It's an opportunity. I'm now learning to be a leader. I'm now learning how to set an agenda for a meeting. I'm now learning how to set up activities once a week for us to do. And you're very involved in the Mormon church. You serve, like they have service. So parents, if you don't want to go volunteer with your kids, send them to the Mormon church. They have volunteer opportunities all the time. It's just part of it. They have youth conference, and you just serve. You give back, and you don't. I don't know if they put it on social media now, but way back when, we didn't put it on social media. Look at us. Look at it. We were helping those less fortunate than us. So the golden lining. I talked recently about my other jobs. After my divorce, I went to Spenga and started working for Spenga at $10 an hour as a front desk associate selling memberships. And slowly grew into management. But I knew that regardless, I was learning a new skill. I was learning a new how to eventually be a franchise owner, if that's in fact what I wanted to eventually do. So that the silver lining was I got an education of what it would be like without the risk, and I was getting paid. But what it would be like to actually run a brick and mortar fitness studio. And that, you can't buy that. You can get your MBA, and everybody who knows this, everybody who has started their own business knows this. No matter what you learn in college, nothing sets you up for what you're going to experience and what you have to apply and how much harder it is to actually start doing it. You don't learn the emotions that are attached to your baby, your business. Everything. When you start a business, everything can go wrong and everything can go right. So you always have to look for the golden lining, the opportunity that will eventually bring you more opportunity, more abundance. And sometimes that's a mindset. Like, I'm going to train under this person, realizing that what they're going to mentor me with, what they're going to give me, the information that they have, the knowledge, that's more than paying a school to get that knowledge. So finding the golden linings in life, the opportunities, and the opportunities not to suck the blood out of people, y'all. I mean the opportunities to do good. And the good always comes back to you. So when you see a need, it's basically the same thing everyone's always said. If you want to make billions of dollars, you've got to solve a problem. What is a problem the world has? How can I solve it? And you can find these opportunities, these golden linings in every part of life. So when something is hard for you, and you've said it a million times to yourself, well, maybe you're not the only one struggling with that. Whether it's opening up a kid-free bottle, and you're trying to open it as an adult and it's not opening, like that. Like, call the company and be like, yo, my kids can get into this, I can't. And then maybe come up with a solution. So you have to come up with a solution just versus calling and complaining. That's going to give you your $1 billion. You come up with a solution, you actually figure it out, or do like I do, because I know I don't have all the time in the world, and a lot of these ideas that I have or struggles I have that I'm like, oh, if somebody did this, I'd buy from them. I throw it out there because I know I will never take the time to patent this or to do this, because they're not my passions. But yet, I would buy from a different company if they made it a little easier. Packaging, you guys, the harder you make it, the more I don't want to buy it. Oh my gosh. And I know that everything has to be Bertie Proof. Like, if it's Bertie approved, Bertie Proof, that means that I'm an adult kid, basically. And if it works for me, then it'll work for you. If I can open it, you can open it. If I can't open it, you might be able to open it. But for sure, if I can open it, you can open it. So you always want to find the golden linings, but you don't want to prey on people. You want to solve a problem. There's a big difference. Like, for instance, when a hurricane comes through in Houston,